For last few days, our kitchen is under repair. Attention is back on something which is very fundamental to all of us, our own food. Some say we eat to live, not live to eat, as if living to eat is one of the sins. But most humbly, appreciation of food is important as much as the quality of life is important to all of us. Whether a food is merely a recipe, an assembly of ingredients which must be put sequentially onto fire, into oil or to boiling water, I have no hesitation in telling that I am a foodie. A foodie means one who loves the food. I love to cook. I love to learn how good food is served across the world. Wherever I have gone for eating, I have interacted with the chef there. Whether it is a banquet, whether it is a classy private dining restaurant, or whether it is a street food joint, I always try to understand why the food is so delicious, so presentable, so adorable, and why people come back to those particular places to enjoy what is called good food. Just by knowing what gets into the food and in what sequence it is to be put is not good food. Food is considered as prasad in Indian culture. When food is cooked for offering to the ancestors, one who is doing the puja goes to the cook and asks whether the food has been cooked with a good mind, without having any kind of annoyance, without having any kind of irritation. So first ingredient of good food is good attitude and good hygiene. If you believe that cooking is one of the things that must be done away with, that must be finished, that is a useless stuff, that is a waster of time, then probably your food will not be good. Second is the upbringing regarding food. Whether you speak good language, present yourself well, depends on good upbringing. Those people who love food, who love to cook good food, who love to eat good food in good places, and love to know about good food, in the family, the food is adored. I remember my childhood, and this upbringing is like you learn a language. You learn the taste of the food by listening to the remark about the food, by observing how ingredients are cut, how things are put, what is the discussion on the dining table. Some of us who were not taught in English medium schools picked up reasonably good English by good practice. Similarly, knowing about food, understanding good food and becoming a foodie and enjoying food also requires knowledge and upbringing about the food, knowing its vocabulary. Some of the important chefs that I have interacted, I'll introduce to you. The first one is the author of this book called Fish. As a lover of fish myself, it requires a large number of small skills to be put together, right from cleaning and descaling to making cuts for your proper food. Of course, who doesn't know our Sanjeev Kapoor? I met him in one of the food festivals, and the amazing experimentation of the food, trying to bring out the original taste. There is nothing like Sanjeev Kapoor. In one of the Shanghai restaurants, one of my travels, Linda Dozer, who I met, she has written this book, Chinese, the essence of Asian cooking. Chinese food is one of the most loved food all over the world, including in India. And the way to prepare Chinese food requires so much of love, so much of affection, so much of knowledge about the food. There are a series of restaurants now in Mumbai with the name Masala. Now Hemant Oberoi, in whose restaurant called Masala Art I have eaten to 3 times, and I met him and he presented his book autographed for my library. One of its dishes here is achari lobster. Another is anardana jhinga. Another is crab samosa. Another is prawn kujumbu. The other masala library, and in the Taj itself there is something called Masala Craft, where Indian food has been taken to the next destination. In London, just near the Tower of London, once I was hosting one of the conferences, Gordon Ramsay, one of the famous celebrity British chefs, have a restaurant. He serves fit food. The food has to be a color, flavor, and occasion appropriateness in order to be called good food. A few things I would like to tell my viewers. The first one is, of course, the cut. If you do not know the cut, whether it is a vegetable, whether it is a meat, a fish, whether it is a chicken, if you do not know what is the appropriate cut, probably you have missed it. The greatest enemy of good food is ready-made cut. It may be appropriate for people who are very busy, but definitely it will not contribute to good food. Second is the preparation. Whether you want to marinate it, or you want to wrap it, you want to tie it, you want to fridge it. All these preparatory steps are important for good food. All the steps that I just recommended, they told that food must be having 4 or 5 small varieties that is to be eaten and accompanied with small amount of drinks. It's not necessarily that it should be wine, although Western and most of the Japanese and Chinese restaurants recommend a pairing wine, but in India also we eat it with buttermilk, we eat it with warm water, dhania and pudina kind of a concoction. All these are possible. Third is sequencing. When exactly it needs to be put? What is the temperature when you are making that particular addition? Even during a particular cooking of a particular dish, temperature needs to be varied. Flames need to be ingested or flames needs to be kept away. The cooking time, the cooking temperature are very important. Our mothers used to do it by guess, but today a lot of gadgets are available and it is easy to do them. And last minute, the garnish, the presentation, the adding of the flavor, those are also very important. This is not a cooking class, but that all of you must understand that good food is one of the definitions of being good to yourself, at least as per me. You may not be finicky about food, but whatever you eat, if you want it to be palatable, if you want it to be enjoyable, if you want it to be tasty, and if you want to entertain people, be a active participant in discussion about the food, knowledge about the food, and your attitude and approach towards food is very important. Thank you very much.